Don't worry, everybody. This is Angel. We're getting ready to go live in just a few minutes. More like 60 seconds. I'm just making sure that the audio is good and making sure that all of us are joining in live at this moment. I hope that each and every one of you are prepared for this going home episode entitled Fight the Good Fight. So with that being said, we're about 20 seconds away from going live as I drive home and begin our weekend together. Stay tuned.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith being tested.
Hi, I am Mia. You're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin. Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hey, this is Freddie, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, my name is Angela, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. That's right, everybody. We are live. It is a going home special edition of Have Faith, Let It Begin. Today is Friday. That's right, May 15th, 2020. I am exiting my job out of the hospital because the weekend is here. Folks, let's just talk about what happened this morning. Satellite interference, technology, and you know what? I have to confess, in addition to that, my microphone mute button to this brand new gadget that I have was on mute. Listen, I have to be honest, because I was talking it over and they were telling me that, yeah, we had technical difficulties. You should have been able to get back online. And I said, well, I thought I was. And finally I looked down and these brand new, awesome, microphone / podcast headset made by Fusion. It's called a Fusion A71, and it's has a mute button and it was pushed. So I'm just being honest. So part of it was that, but I would say a majority of it was my fault. So you didn't miss out anything, folks. I was talking, but nobody was hearing. And because I go off the cuff, it's not like I can just replay the episode. So that's why I said, let's do a going home episode today. And this is where we're at. All right, folks, with that being said, let's get started. Fighting the good fight. That's what today is all about. It is Friday. The weekend is here. And all of us have probably had a tough week, especially if you're in the medical field, especially if you've just been struggling with things happening all over and all around us. But one of the things that I wanted to touch base on today was when you hear the word or the expression or the phrase, fight the good fight, many of us may not be able to fight certain battles because we felt like as we've been backed up into a corner, whether that's a corner of the ring, we feel like somebody's been punching us left and right, uppercuts and shots to the midsection, and you feel as if you cannot defensively push or shove or punch back. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's time to fight the good fight. It is time to rise. It is time to realize that God is on your side and that together we all can win this fight. We all can bounce back off the ropes, off the corner, and give a shot with an uppercut to move forward. Now, let's be realistic. When I say things like that, we still are living in a different type of environment. Our way of living is not the same. We're not in the normal way of life. I'm speaking about our personal feelings, our way of how we're dealing with things on a personal level. But more importantly, I'm also speaking about our faith, because what's happening to all of us each and every day since this all began is our faith has been tested. Our faith continues to be either stronger, or for some of us, less. And that is okay. Because you know what? We've all been there. We've all gone through it. We have all felt as if we cannot fight the good fight. I wanted to share with you a story that happened to me a while back. And it was a time when I felt I had to fight the good fight. It happened when money was a big trouble for me. As many of you know, I was going through a breakup, and I had moved on to Providence, Rhode Island, and I was working multiple jobs. If you don't know about this story, I suggest you go back in the archives. I was working literally up to 4 jobs at the same, not the same time, but yes, I was employed at the same time. My schedule literally started at 4:30 in the morning, where I would start as a pharmaceutical assistant from 5 a.m. to about give or take 11 o'clock, almost 11:30 in the morning. Then I would come off shift and actually work my primary job and work from 12 o'clock noon to 9 o'clock at night. Then at 9 o'clock I would go home. I would try to get something to eat, and then I would go back out and I would be a janitor for a place called New Bright. And while I was doing that job usually took about 4 or 5 hours. I would get home around 1 in the morning, shower, and try to go to sleep, but I was an insomniac. I had developed that. And then on my alternate type of days off, I would pick up a shift at TGIF Fridays and be a server. What was happening in my mind at that time, when I was not sleeping and when I felt as if there was nothing more that I could do to overcome the weight that was on my shoulders. I felt sorry for myself. I felt as if God was punishing me. I felt as if God had not listening or heard my prayers. I felt I was such a good person. Why did I have to have all this debt? Why did I need to have all these jobs in order for me to just be just above that water that was about to the tip of my nose, where I was almost underwater? But it was God that spoke to me, that sent me many angels, that showed me that He was with me. We spoke about this week, about hearing the call, listening for God, listening as we go about our daily routines, or our daily day of work. Or a lot of times God will reach out to us and we don't realize that He's doing that. He's fighting the fight with us. You ever think about what happens when you are so low to the ground, when you feel that you've been beat up, shook up, that for some reason you just cannot get back on top? you just feel like you've literally been pushed down to the point of no return? I felt that way. I was at Washington Mutual and I was cleaning 75 cubicles. The 75 cubicles that I had were so difficult. It was tough. It was so rough because I had to get my job in line. I had to get things done. And I couldn't leave this job personally until it was completed. They would lock you in and then you'd have to call when you were done. So there was nothing I could do. About 2 hours in, I started to have a meltdown. I started to cry. I go into the bathroom area and I start screaming, God, please hear me. I can't do this anymore. What I didn't realize was my boss had showed up to check on me and was hearing me. He was not a man of faith and he was an atheist. He didn't believe in God. He wanted to tell me that there was no reason to pray. He never really listens to you anyway. But it was at that moment that I realized that wasn't the case. It was a reminder to me not to go down that wrong path. It was a reminder to me that there was a God and that somebody else was trying to tell me the opposite. So what did I do? I finished my job. I drove home. I got into bed. And I made sure that I reached out to God in a prayer. The very next day, when I went to work on my primary job, I was told that I was in line for a promotion. I was told that it was at that moment in time that they were considering me for a new position. But in order for me to do that, I would have had to go to Kentucky, to Louisville, Kentucky, to try and work out something there with another branch and to try and help them. So I took the offer. And I went there for 4 months, only to find out that I would meet my best friend Chip. That I would actually get myself back on my feet. That I would actually remember that God answers prayers. Not in a way that maybe you would understand. But while I was over there, I had time to think. I had time to realize what was next. So that when 3 months and 4 months was over and I moved back to Providence, I got my promotion. I was able to cut down on a job. And eventually, I was able to make friends and start a social life. So what does this all mean? We have to fight the good fight. Not all of us are going to get our prayers answered right away, but they will be answered. Not all of us can fight our battles by ourselves. Sometimes God will have to send an angel, send a tag team partner that you're going to have to tag in. But I guarantee you, they will arrive. So if you're feeling that way today, if you have been feeling this way for quite some time, allow me to extend my hand. Allow me to extend my hand and be your tag team partner. And I will pray with you and I will help guide you. Because today we will rise. Today we will fight back. Today is the day that the Lord has made. It's time to rejoice and be glad in it. It's time to fight the good fight. Have a great weekend. May God be with you. May He shine His love upon you and His light and His hands and His gift of love and grant you peace. And never forget to have faith. Let it begin. Don't back down from the fight, everybody. Time to push back. Time to hit back. You can do it. We leave you now with Gabbie Santana in Tested.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive?
Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.